Hey guys, today we're going to be learning about the substitution method of solving systems of equations. The substitution method is best used when one or both of the equations are in either y equals or x equals form. And that's the first example that I'm going to show you. We actually have both of our equations in y equals form. So we're going to start with y equals 3x plus 2 and y equals 2x minus 5. So this is the easiest option, is when they are both in the same form and they've got one of their variables by themselves like this. And when they are both in the same form like y equals, then we can set the equations equal to each other. And then we can solve for x. So we're going to take these two pieces, the 3x plus 2 and the 2x minus 5. We're going to set them equal to each other. If y is equal to each of those things separately, then that makes them equal to each other. So 3x plus 2 equals 2x minus 5. So we're just substituting one thing in for y in the first equation. And then we can solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and I get x plus 2 equals negative 5. Then subtract 2 from both sides, and x is equal to negative 7. So that gives me what my x value is for this system of equations. Then I'm just going to plug back in that x value of negative 7. We're going to plug back in to either equation. It doesn't matter which one I pick because they should both give me the same answer. And that's going to be to solve for y. So I'm going to choose to do the first one. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to write y equals 3 times negative 7 plus 2. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21, so y equals negative 21 plus 2, or y equals negative 19. So now I have an answer for x and an answer for y. And I have to take them and write them as an ordered pair because that's how my final answers need to be. So remember to write your final answer as an ordered pair. And that's it. Okay, so this is the easiest option. When you have two equations that are both written as y equals, we just take the other pieces, set them equal to each other, solve for x, and then plug back into one of your equations to get your final answer for y and write it all together. Okay, let's look at another example. This one I'm going to give you slightly different, in which neither of them are written in y equals form. So let's go with 4x minus 5y equals negative 23, and 2x plus y equals negative 1. So because neither of these are in y equals form or x equals form, we need to rewrite. We are going to rewrite one equation. We are going to do it in y equals form, but if it's easier for you to rewrite it into a x equals form, you can do that too. So I am going to take the bottom equation because the y does not have a coefficient in this bottom one, and I'm just going to rewrite it, do it in a separate color here. So we're going to take this, we're going to subtract 2x from both sides, which makes them go away here. And we can rewrite this equation then as y equals negative 2x minus 1. And that's the equation that I'm going to use to substitute in here. Okay, we're going to take it and we're going to plug it in for y in this first equation. So when I rewrite this, I'm going to rewrite 4x minus 5. But then when I substitute in for y, I'm going to write this negative 2x minus 1 in the parentheses there. And that's equal to negative 23. So we are taking this new expression that we made y equal to, and we're substituting that in for y into the first equation. All right, we're replacing y with negative 2x minus 1. So that's what I'm going to write here. Replace y with negative 2x minus 1. Now we're just going to solve, okay? So we're going to distribute, combine like terms, get an answer for x. So 4x, and then negative 5 times negative 2x gives me a positive 10x, and then that's positive 5 equals negative 23. I know that 10x plus 4x gives me 14x, and if I subtract 5 over here, that's going to be equal to negative 28. Divide both sides by 14, and x is equal to negative 2. And now, just like we did before, now that we have an answer for x here, we're going to plug back in for y. And I'm actually going to use this solved equation here. Y equals negative 2 times negative 2 minus 1. You can use this equation, or you can use either of the two original equations. They should all give you the exact same answer. So y equals 4 minus 1, so y is 3. And then remember, your final answer is an ordered pair, so negative 2 comma 3, and that's it. If you have not completed the guided practice yet, I would recommend that you pause the video here, go work on it, and then I'm going to work them out on the back. I notice that I already have x equals here, so I'm just going to take 5 minus y and plug it in or replace it for that x there. So I get 5 minus y minus 2y equals 8. Then I can drop my parentheses, and I have negative 1y and negative 2y, so that would be 5 minus 3y equals 8. Subtract 5 from both sides. Negative 3y equals 3. Y is negative 1. Now I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to pick the second equation. So x equals 5 minus negative 1, which is the same as saying 5 plus 1. So x is 6, and then my final answer, 6 comma negative 1. Number 2. All right, again, I've got my y equals here, so we're going to plug that in for y. So I get 2x plus 3x minus 9 equals 11. Let's add 9 over, so 5x equals 20, and x is 4. And then y equals 3 times 4 minus 9. So y is 12 minus 9, which means y is 3. And I get 4 comma 3. All right, number 3. Y equals 2x plus 11, and y equals negative 5. So I'm going to take this negative 5 and I'm going to replace it in that first one. So negative 5 equals 2x plus 11. If we subtract 11, I get negative 16 equals 2x, and x is negative 8. Now, this is my favorite type of problem because I know that my x value is -8. But then they've already told me that my y value is -5, so I don't have to do any additional work here. I already have the y value given to me, so that's my final answer. And then last problem, I've got 3x plus 2y equals 6, and 2x minus 5y equals 4. So this one, it doesn't matter which one you rewrite. I will tell you that you will end up, oh, excuse me, this is wrong. That should just be a y. So I would recommend that you rewrite this first equation here. So we're going to subtract 3x from both sides, and we get y equals -3x plus 6. So that is what we are going to plug in for y here. And we're going to have a little bit more going on. So 2x minus 5, and then we're going to plug in -3x plus 6 there is equal to 4. So now we've got to distribute and combine like terms. So we get 2x plus 15x minus 30 equals 4. I can add my x terms together, and that gives me 17x, and then I know I have to add 30 to both sides, so that gives me 34, and then that leaves me with x is 2. I'm going to plug into this new equation here, so y equals -3 times 2 plus 6, so y is equal to -6 plus 6, and y is 0. So my final answer is 2, 0. There you go. Hope you did well.